Yo, yo, what it do? What it do? What's going on, people? Hey, we back again with another Tips for Worship episode. And listen, get your peoples in the house. I'm gonna need you to share this video because we have somebody very special coming on with us tonight to share with us. But before I bring her on, hey, I want you to guys to drop. I'm gonna drop a link once this video over. I want you to go to it and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We got a goal of 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and we almost at 700. So God's been blessing us. Episode 1, we talked about upgrading your sound system. Episode 2, we talked about fixing your live stream at your ministry with our brother Andre from the SDA church. Episode 3, we talked about phone apps, how you can, if you don't have a musician, how you can, better your music. Episode 4, we talked about Mainstage, a software to help your ministry out if you don't have the money to get an expensive keyboard. Episode 5, we brought in Leandra Johnson's baby brother, Michael Johnson, to talk about real worship. Episode 6, we brought in Pastor Lane. Everybody know he's a boxer and, he had great tips. But tonight, we bringing in a special guest who goes by the name of Jabrina Speaks. She's a business mentor. She's a certified life coach. She's a motivational speaker. She's a business consultant. She's an author. I mean, I can go on and on. She's a podcast host, so she definitely gonna have some tips for you ladies tonight. So all my ladies who in the chat, if you have any questions, go drop it in the chat, and we're gonna try our best to answer. So listen, I'm gonna bring in right now no other than Jabrina Speaks. Yo,
Hey,
hey, what's going on, sis? How you doing?
I'm good and you. I'm over here trying to share
Yeah,
uh,
do your thing. Do your thing.
the video real quick. So give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, no problem. And while she's sharing that video, you guys do the same thing. If you got a mom, you got a sister, you got an auntie, you got a niece, who's, just trying to grow in life, go ahead and share this video because I believe this video would definitely help them out. And again, hey, listen, you guys go to that. After this video, I'm gonna drop a YouTube link, and you guys go subscribe and follow Jabrina Speaks page. Let's go ahead and cut that music. So, for the guys who don't know, well, I'm gonna let Jabrina go ahead and introduce herself.
Well, you probably won't get as much when I do it because I'm so humble. So I'll just be like, I'm just Jabrina, y'all.
Yeah.
But let me see. All I can say. So I am Jabrina. I'm Jabrina Thompson, better known as Jabrina Speaks. I am no okay. I gotta remember all of what I do, right, AJ?
It's a
Um,
lot. It's a lot,
I
y'all.
know, right? So I am a two-time published author. I
Okay.
have two journals, self-care journals. One is Dear God, and the other one is the 31 Days of Read. I am a certified life coach. I am a business consultant. I am a purpose pusher, so I push you to your purpose. I am a travel agent. I am a MC. I am a motivational speaker. What am I? I am a notary public. I have my own t-shirt business
Oh wow.
brand. So I do all of my t-shirts, and I do other people's t-shirts. Um, I am getting my um, life insurance credentials. So I'll be doing life insurance very soon.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Um, I think that's it.
It's a lot.
And I'm a
See.
president and founder of two amazing organizations. I have a mentoring program for girls ages 8 to 18, and I also have a women's group for 19, 18, all the way to the good old seasoned people, 71 and up. And so
Wow.
God
Wow.
has allowed me to utilize all of the gifts He has given me.
Wow. Wow. That's a blessing. So listen, you guys are in for a treat. You're in for. So I hope you got your notebook. I mean, your notepads. And take notes. Take notes. So I know you mentioned about you helping women and everything, and the reason why I reached out to you is because I got a call from you. It was probably a couple years ago. Time fly now, and you asked me to play at one of your events.
Mhm.
So when I was at your events, you was like, hey, just come set your stuff up, and once you're done, you could go outside, cause it's gonna be a lot of women here or whatever. So as I was waiting outside, when I came in, I just saw it was women everywhere, and once the program got started, it was a couple. You had someone saying, I mean, it was a lot. You was doing a lot, but one thing that touched me was how towards the end of the event, how the women they was just crying, they was just worshiping God, and I was like, man, this is so powerful. How you can bring so many women together, and just to better themselves and grow. So, I mean, what went into your mindset when you started? I don't know if you call it She Connect. I don't know what event that was, but what was your mindset when you started that?
Um, I was being obedient to God. And so before She Connects Inc. will be 4 years old. No, it'll be 5 years old.
Oh wow,
4 or 5.
wow.
Listen, I'm doing my fourth retreat in June. So it'll be 4 or 5. I got to go back and look at it because there's so much stuff we got going on. But prior to me starting that, I had Jabrina Speaks. So I had a lot of following. And
Okay.
God had gave me Selfie Saturdays, and it was for women to take time out for themselves. Really, because a lot of times as women, and not knocking my men, but I'm talking to my
Right,
women
right.
because it
Yeah,
is.
talk to the women.
Listen, it is Women International Month, and so big shout out to all of my sisters all across the world. You may not know me, but I root for you, and so we got a few more days before our month is over with. And so, AJ, before I start, thank you for allowing me to be on your platform
Oh,
and
no
be in the
problem.
building in
Hey,
this fabulous March month.
hey,
But yeah, so I started, God had allowed me to start something called Selfie Saturdays, and it
okay.
was really for women to take time out for themselves. And I did that for a few years. And in the moment he had me birth, She Connects Inc. And so I don't know if it was a Jabrina Speaks event you had come to and did
Hmm.
that, or if it was She Connects Inc. Because
Right,
at
right.
this moment I tried to keep them separate, even though we run hand in hand, even though it's still through me, but
Yeah,
I do
yeah.
different things because of the amount of women that I am serving. And so when God gave me the assignment to anything that I do, it went from events to experiences.
Wow,
Like you
wow.
said, I did an experience just this past Sunday, and somebody was saying it is a blessing to be able to be authentic in a room of women you don't know and still get the word of God. And
Wow, wow.
so it's just I'm obedient. I guess that's why I do a lot of things. I completed a lot of the assignments God has given me.
Right, right.
But what goes through my mind is
Hmm.
how can I help my sister? And
Right,
so
right.
if that looks like pouring into them, if that looks like empowerment, if that looks like a hug, if that looks like an encouraging message, that's what God has allowed me to do in this season of my life. And so I'm just humbly grateful that God allows me to complete that assignment because I have over 1,000 women together
Wow.
in different platforms and different settings that don't know each other,
Right,
but
right.
eventually get to learn each other and realize that though we may walk different walks of life, though
Hmm.
we may look different, though we may act different, there is some way that we are similar with each other. And so
Wow,
a lot of
wow.
people feel like, oh no, I'm different from them. But if you have a real conversation with a sister, then you will understand that you have more in common than you do differences.
Wow, wow, that's powerful right there. That's powerful. I mean, when you see that you're helping all these women, how did that make you feel?
Um, humble,
Wow, wow.
humble. My prayers always, God, keep me humble. And I don't sometimes even realize it until those women come back to me or they're thanking me at an event and I wasn't expecting it. And I'm like, really? It brings tears to my eyes because it's nothing so great that I've done, or it's nothing, and none of the accolades that I've received. But it's just really moving from a pure place of sisterhood, of love, of understanding, of allowing people to be who they are with no judgment,
Right,
and just
right.
showing them that we can all get along. Social media will make you believe that women can't get along, and women catty and women fighting. But I can say in the presence of God and my assignments, I have never, prayerfully will never have an incident like that. And so it's just really humbling. It's very humbling because naturally people change on you
Yeah.
all the time.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
so that's why I say it's nothing so great that I've done, but it's nothing but His grace that allows me to um, allow women to come together and experience sisterhood.
Wow, wow, that's incredible. That's incredible. I mean, it's just, the one thing that I like about it is it's the black women coming together, and I love to see our black women growing and empowering themselves, because we definitely need our women out here, and that's that's why I got you on the show. So I was talking to my sister the other day, and she was asking me that she wanted me to take her shooting and everything. And it's funny that I was scrolling down your page and I saw the self defense class that you got going on. So could you talk about that?
Yes. So I carry. I have my concealed weapon and I have my license. And
Okay.
so when I got my gun a few years ago, I didn't carry. It was home. It wasn't loaded,
Right.
and so I was just like, okay. And so the young lady that is teaching the class, she's certified in multiple ways and states and all these other things, but
Okay.
she was like, sis, how you got a gun and you're not carrying your gun? Like,
Right.
who
Right.
does that? If something happened to you on the street, what you gonna do? And so that's the joke. And so, like a year ago, an incident happened. Well, I started carrying it right after that. And then I meet other women that either want to learn how to carry, want to learn the laws,
Right.
want
Right.
to learn, learn their gun because I'm still learning my gun.
Right. Right.
And so that's what the class is all about. You see things on the news, you see things, just all over how women could be attacked, how women just not knowing, when to shoot, how to shoot, where to shoot. And
Right. Right.
so that class is coming up in February. I mean, it's not February, in April. I believe it's April 12th, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Um, Angela Owens, her business is Black Butterflies Defense. And so she is one of the sisters and she connects Inc. And so
Wow.
she's
Wow.
coming in and she's teaching women, if they don't want to get their license or we will handle gun, but just want to know the laws about carrying a concealed weapon, that we have a part for them. If they already carrying their concealed weapon and license, that's a part for them. And then if you just like, listen, I want to get my license because there may be a day I want to go purchase a gun,
Right.
then that
Right.
class is for you. Because a lot of times, we walk around and we don't know what danger we could be in from time to time. So
Amen.
at this
Amen.
moment, I don't leave home without it. I'd be like,
Right.
right? They be like, you got your gun? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just learning that and feeling comfortable enough because, like I said, when I got my gun in the beginning, I wasn't comfortable enough to carry it. And
Right.
then if
Right.
I carry it, it wasn't loaded. And so now it's like that part doesn't scare me anymore. I could
Right.
carry it,
Right.
carry and load it and have it right on me and not worry about, okay, because at first I was like, is it gonna go off if the safety lock come off? Because you just hear things, you see things, and you don't know. But April 12th, we're going to learn the
Okay.
laws and the importance. And then she's not just bringing one gun, but she's
Right.
bringing,
Right.
because she can shoot every gun they've ever made.
I
So
bet. I
she's,
bet.
let me tell you, her chopper line is big. And
Wow.
so
Wow.
she is
Wow.
bringing, and she actually went to the church, but she is bringing a lot of her guns and just teaching us how to feel comfortable, how to take a gun apart, how to
Right.
shoot
Right.
different guns. And so if that's you, sister, join us April 12th because it will change your life forever like it did mine.
Yeah, and that's powerful because we have like women like yourself, business owner. like my sister, she works at a salon. She's there late night
Late night.
doing ladies' hair. She's walking to the car with her money. She got to
Mm-hmm.
take it to the bank, and
Mm-hmm.
you got to be able to protect yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because like you say, it's crazy people out here in these times we living in, and we also have moms who raising kids on they own, so they have
Mm-hmm.
to be able to. I mean, I hate to say it, but they have to be able to protect their house themselves because there's no man in the house. And even the women that's married, they man might be scared to touch the gun, so she might have to
Listen,
grab it too.
I saw a video like that. It looked like it was a home invasion. And so I think the boyfriend, he walked out the door, and so the guys got him. But
Uh,
the girlfriend came out,
I think I
and
saw that video.
and they took off running because she was red. Like I was like, see, that's what you need. You need a
Right,
wait,
right.
you need a hitter and a shooter in the background just
Come on now. Come on now. That's real. That's
so.
real.
But I mean, and again, it's being comfortable because I would say when I go to the range, I'm nervous. Like the sounds, I have to put earmuffs on because my ears are so sensitive. And
Right, right.
so shooting isn't the problem; it's the sound that's the problem
Yeah.
for me.
Yep.
And so
Yep.
it's overcoming that and utilizing it. And so going to the range is often feel comfortable going, and that's what it is. Feeling comfortable going to the range by yourself, that you
Right,
don't
right.
need anybody, that you're able to go in, go to the range yourself, load your gun, shoot, and then walk out without saying, I don't know, should I go in? I'm scared. I need 10
Yeah,
people to
yeah.
go with me. And so that's what the conversation is going to be about. That's what the class is about. Should I shoot? Don't be a victim seminar. And so we
Right, right.
want to empower, teach the women, our sisters, as much as we can, so they will feel comfortable. And if it's not a gun, definitely having some type. Because I keep a taser in my car too. So
Right, right,
I mean,
right.
I'm gonna be well equipped either way it goes.
Yeah, come on now. Come on. And that's powerful because some women don't think like that. They're scared of the weapon, but in these times you got to be able to protect yourself. And
Yes.
by you guys putting this event together, this is definitely powerful, and I hope it helps someone.
Yes.
So I want to get to some of your events that I see you guys go out of town. It's not just like in Florida. You actually leaving the state.
So we are with She Connects Inc. We are going to our fourth annual retreat. God gave me this vision 4 years ago. It's called Broken Crayon Still Color, and so
Okay.
last year was the first year we decided to be obedient and go out of town because I the first year was Naples, the second year was Stewart, but then I heard God say, not in Florida
Right,
anymore
right.
until I release you back to Florida. And so last year was the first year we decided to take it to another state, and we went to Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
And so this year we're taking it to Houston, Texas.
Wow. Wow.
I have about 85 women that are coming. And so I'm just being obedient and trusting that God is going to do what he said he's going to do. Texas is new to me.
Right,
I've
right.
never been. And so when I say I've never been, I just went to secure what needed to be secured. I had
Right,
never
right.
been before then. But because that's what I heard God say do, same thing with Atlanta, that's what I did. And so Broken Crayon, Steel Color. The theme this year is um, living living in your authenticity.
Right,
Um,
right.
I just want to make sure I got the correct one because like
Yeah,
I said, I
no
got a lot
problem. No
on
problem.
my head, but I know it's I think it's unveiling the. Let me make sure.
Hey, if you watching live right now,
Yeah,
if you have
unveiling
any
the authentic
questions,
me.
drop
Yes,
it in the chat.
unveiling the authentic me. I got listed. It's Broken Crayon Still Colored, and it's the theme after that. Last year, we had a theme, and so it's removing the mask, and just enjoying sisterhood, being able to enjoy sisterhood, allowing people to see that broken crayon still color. Because a lot of times, as individuals, but I could just say for women, a lot of times we feel that I've been broken and there's no more use for me. But when
Right,
you allow
right.
God to heal you the way that He needs to heal you, I gave an analogy at our last retreat, and I'm sure you've seen this with your boys. Well, if they broke a crayon,
Hmm.
it ended up on the ground. But if it ended up on the bottom of your shoe, then wherever you walk, that color follows you. And so you
Wow,
may
wow.
say, "Oh my goodness, how this the green crayon that was in the living room is now in the kitchen because it was on the bottom of your shoe." Well, that's the way God does us. Just because you were broken one place doesn't mean He can't use you in a totally different room.
Come
And
on now.
so it's showing individuals that yes, you may be broken, yes, you may be busted and disgusted, but if you want to heal, if you want to grow, God is going to do that. And so He could take that one crayon and color the world with it.
Right, right,
All they do
right.
is if it breaks, you sharpen it again.
Yeah,
And so it's
yeah.
resharpening that crayon that lives inside of you.
Wow.
And like I told them as well, eventually the crayon is going to be gone and God is going to change your color. But you have to realize that it's okay for my color to change because
Wow,
God is
wow.
doing something new in me. And so it's broken crayons, steel color, and we are
Wow.
headed to Houston, Texas, excuse me, and it's unveiling the authentic me. Is really showing people and showing you who you are because a lot of times we forget who we are because life is life, but as the word would say, God is God.
Right, right. Now that's powerful. Now I want to ask you a question. I mean, you don't have to answer it, but since you've been, doing this with the women, could you tell us like any stories of, maybe a particular person that came to you maybe broken or needed help, where you changed their life, and that story just touches you every time you think
It
about it?
is. It is. I'll share this one particular story. There is a sister in the group that had kind of turned her back towards God. And the
Okay.
reason was because her mother was murdered in such a brutal way.
Wow, wow, wow.
And she came to the first retreat and she was restored.
Mm,
And so it's no secret if you ever come to the event and she's there, she's going to tell the story.
right, right,
But I get teary eyed, you know, because of my obedience, she found Christ again.
right, right. That's
Because of my obedience and doing what I have to do scared, doing what I have to do annoying, doing what I have to do still trying to figure it out to see a sister regain and be restored and be, revived again because of the retreat is
right, right,
always a blessing because if I did not do the assignment, if I didn't complete the assignment God had given me, then where would she be today? To see her moving the way that she's moving,
right, right,
in life now, to see that she doesn't speak the same way about God, to see that she's not in a sense of blaming God. Why did this have to happen? But she's found
wow.
a
That's
little bit of
powerful.
joy in that. And
Right,
so
right.
there's multiple stories, but that particular one is one that always sticks out to me because she'll tell you like it was that retreat, and she has not missed a retreat since then. Now she
Wow.
has friends coming to the retreat
Yep.
because of her experience at the first retreat, that she was able to be restored, that she was able to be revived, that
Right, right.
God resuscitated her in
Mm.
the midst of it all.
Wow, that's powerful. That's powerful.
Yeah, yeah.
And when things like this happen, because God talked to you and He told you to move and you move, you see how you're changing other women's life
Mhm,
just because you put yourself out there and did what God told you to do, and that's powerful.
mhm.
That's powerful. Wow, wow, that's very. So to me personally, like your ministry is like very different. It's not the preacher who could tune up, you know what I
No,
mean, with the
no.
organ.
Let me tell you something. It's very different because
Right,
nothing is
right.
the same. And
No,
I let people be people because I'm gonna be me. I tell them
exactly.
follow Jesus, don't follow me. He's still working. Follow the Lord,
Right,
not me.
right, right, right.
But
That's powerful.
I allow people to be who they are. God gonna come in and do everything else as long as I'm
Yeah.
obedient. So
Right,
there
right,
is, oh no, if we're out of town, and I'm gonna just be honest, if we're out of town and somebody want to drink, I'm gonna let them drink. I'm not
right.
gonna say you can't do that. That ain't for me to do. God gonna deal with it. You
Yeah,
understand what I'm
yeah.
saying? And
Exactly,
so when
exactly.
people feel that they can be their authentic selves and let their hair down but still get the word of God, that's what it is. And I will never forget Bishop came to me and he said, "You have such a different ministry. That's why people, come to you because
Right.
you don't judge them." I said, "Well, I'm the
Right.
last one to judge because, honey, baby, it's just thank God for deliverance on some things. You understand what I'm saying?" And so it's allowing people, it's allowing individuals, it's allowing women to be who they are and then see what we can do to help them. And
Right.
in,
Right.
in that timing, God to do everything else. Because guess what? If I condemn them and I mess up, they'll have the right to condemn me. So I ain't condemning nobody. I let the Holy Spirit do that when it's time.
That's powerful. That's
So
powerful.
I let people be who they are. I let people be who they are.
Yeah.
My room is a mixture. My room can go from a 19-year-old to a 71-year-old, literally. And they're all
Wow.
in the room together and they're all learning from each other. And that's what it's about because just because you're older doesn't mean that you can't learn. And just
Right.
because
Right.
you are younger don't mean that you don't know anything. And so it's learning how to allow people to be who they are and us growing from each other.
Wow. Wow. Now listen, you heard it here. Hey, that's Jabrina Thompson. Jabrina Speaks. Now I ain't gonna let her give y'all too much, but in the little 20 minutes that we've been online, you heard, the powerful word that she can give you and help you women grow. So I'm gonna get ready to let you go, but I gotta mention
AJ,
I gotta
I don't
mention
want to
you.
feel like you got to rush. It's
No,
cool.
no, no, no. I ain't
Okay.
rushing. I ain't rushing. But I gotta say something about mom. I know mom got to be proud of you right now.
She is. She always
She got
says
to be
that.
proud.
And not just me and my sister and my brother.
Wow,
One
wow.
thing I can say, and I tell people this, when your children have a passion, when you realize what their purpose is, as a parent, you have to cultivate that. As a parent, you have to make sure that you are pouring and you are investing in your children.
Gotcha, gotcha.
I can honestly say, like my mom and dad did a tremendous job with us. I mean, my sister, she has her own flag football team.
Oh,
She has
wow,
had
wow,
people come from China to play in her league. I
wow,
mean, just
wow.
all over the world. My brother is traveling. Like it's just, and I sit back and I think about the way my mom and dad raised us, and so uh, my dad was a no nonsense, meaning like you couldn't come with him with a lot of excuses. You had
Right,
to
right.
come here with results. And so it helped us, to be who we are today. My mom was the same way. My mom. My
Oh
mom
yeah.
is a
Oh yeah. She right by. She right
but
by the book.
it helped me to where I'm at today. And so to have parents that poured into us in our childhood, my dad is no longer here, but my mom still poured into us in our adult life. And
Right, right.
so there is nothing that I can't ask her for. And if it's in her power, she gonna make it happen.
Oh
And
yeah.
so a lot of people feel like, well, my kids grown, I'm done. I let people know, as an adult, you need a village as well. And so I am grateful to still have my village, to still have people that pour into me, that assist me, that help me. But my mom is I always say, I'm so proud of, she always said that to all of her children, but
Right,
she said, I'm
right.
so proud of you. She said, if your dad was here, I know he would be proud of you because we are the fruits of their labor.
Oh yeah.
And so we're making sure that their fruit can produce fruit. And
Right,
so
right.
that's what we've been doing. And so it's a blessing to have the parents that I have and had because it brought me to where I'm at today.
Right, right. Now that's powerful. So I always end the show with just one tip for worship. So I was going to ask you if it's a woman out there right now,
Mhm.
she might watch this on replay, or maybe a week, down the line, and she was hurting and she just needed some words of encouragement. What would you tell
How much time we got? No, I'm joking.
her? Damn, man. Whatever you got for us.
Oh my goodness.
uh,
What
come
would
come
I
to the events. I gotta work on you.
right? Something like this. I can tell you then. But if somebody just got on and they're only catching the tail end of this, or you'll catch the like you say the replay. a day from now, 36 hours from now, 3 months from now, what I would tell her and anybody that's watching, but especially her because it is Women's History Month. Now I got to
It
keep throwing
is.
that in because
It is.
I love this month because I'm real big on that.
Right, right,
But what I would tell her and anybody else, don't give up. Don't give up. And I know it sounds cliche because you could be saying, but all hell is breaking loose around me. And I would say, stop and take a deep breath. Realize where you are, but also know that the word of God is not going to go back to him void. And so if you believe that all things are going to work together for your good, that are, that because you're called according to his purpose, then all things will work together. If you think back and you said to yourself, from another situation, I thought I was going to lose it then, but I'm here now. I thought I was going to. So what would be the difference now? Because if you've overcome that hurdle, then guess what? All you got to do is one day at a time. And I
right, right.
promise you, you're going to get over whatever it is that you're going through, that you're not alone. I don't care how you may feel like you're alone. You're never alone. Inbox me. You are never alone. A lot of times we put ourselves in those lonely places, but you're never alone. And so we have to be honest with people when they ask us, "Are you okay?"
Right, right.
Because a lot of times we mask it, and so don't mask it. If somebody's asking you, "Are you okay?" Tell them the truth if you're not, because you don't know what they can do for you or to assist you with what it is that you need. But never
Amen.
forget that you're never alone, that you are loved, that you are more than enough, that you're more than a conqueror, that you are worthy of whatever it is that your heart desire is. You just got to continue to keep moving forward one step at a time. I didn't say one day at a time, one step at
Uh,
a time, because all of our steps are different, because our shoe sizes are different. And so my step may be bigger than your step. But at the end of the day, don't give up, because there is somebody in your lineage, there is somebody in your friendship, there is somebody in your family, there is somebody that surrounds you that needs what you have. And so if you give up, you're throwing in the towel on the next person.
mm,
Don't give up in this season.
don't give up.
Somebody needs what you have. I promise you, somebody needs what you have. And
Oh
a lot
yeah.
of times we don't believe that because we don't know what we have. But once we figure out what we have, it may be your smile, it may be your hug, it may be your conversation. And so don't think so big, like I don't have what nobody needs. You never know. It may be just that smile of yours. It may be just that hug of yours. It may be that small little advice. It may be that great, so crazy type phone call, but it makes you laugh. It makes you remind yourself of who you are and who God created you to be.
Right,
Life
right.
be lifing, but God be Godding. And so don't give up in this season. Don't give up in the next season, because every day is not a great day, but it is a day that the Lord has given you
Made.
for you to get it right again. And so if you
Right,
mess up again, guess what? Start over the next day.
right,
But
right.
don't give up, because it like great things happen when you keep moving forward.
Mm.
Great
Hey,
things happen when you keep
that's
moving forward.
amazing. Hey, y'all heard it. Now, if if they wanted to reach out to you, where would they find you? Could you give them your IG, your Facebook?
Absolutely. I'm on every social media platform under Jabrina Speaks.
Okay.
That's the
Now that's
I'm on.
easy.
That's
Jabrina
easy.
Speaks.
I'm on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Do I do anything else? I think that's it. That's all of. I mean, I know there's more, but I'm not on Twitter or anything. But Jabrina Speaks. If you find Jabrina Speaks, you're gonna find me.
And I just dropped it down below. So if you type that down, hopefully I spelled that. I did it real quick.
It's right here too.
Okay, yeah. So if you write that down, you'll be able to find her. And I just want to thank you for coming on tonight. Everything you said was very powerful. And I mean all that in 30 minutes. I mean, so if you're a young lady, and like she said, all ages. If you need help, help is out here. You don't have to stay quiet and stay inside yourself and hurt. It's help out here. It's women out here ready to help.
There's
And
women
Jabrina,
out here that's
I
ready
just
to
want to.
love on you from a real place. Because I meet a lot of women that say, No, I don't do sisterhood.
Right,
I've
right.
been burnt by sisters. I just did, like I said, an event Sunday, and I did a
Mhm.
panel of friendship, and there were two of the ladies talked about, just how friendship kind of, hurt them. But
Right,
like
right.
I explained to them, I'm not going to tell people I've never been hurt by another woman before. I'll
Right,
be lying
right.
to you if I told you that. But it doesn't stop me. It doesn't stop my calling. It doesn't stop my purpose. It
Right.
doesn't stop me from loving a woman from a real place. And so when you know who you are and you know whose you are, you
Mm,
keep moving forward. So you don't allow the one thing, or even if it's twice, you don't allow that to stop you from being who God created you to be. Because I tell people,
right.
if that was the case, it wouldn't be no women's group.
Yeah.
I'd be like, no, that's okay. They fake it, but I don't want to do it. But that's not the way God created me, and so God told me to do it.
Amen. Amen. Hey, let me hit the claps for that one right there. So, Jabrina, I just want to thank you for coming on to the show tonight. I know it's some people watching right now, and some people that's going to watch on replay that's definitely going to reach out to you, because everything you said tonight was spot on, and it was very powerful. And I want to thank you for your time tonight.
Absolutely. And I appreciate you, Minister AJ, for having me on your platform. Anytime you need me, you always know I'm a phone call away. But I'm truly proud of you to see you
Thank you.
stepping
Thank you.
out and doing what it is that you're doing in this season. And so knowing that we've had conversations, prior to this, so to see you moving, just keep moving forward because, like you said, it starts off with a little bit. And that's what the Bible tells us, it might start here, but God will expand it here for your obedience and for your consistency. And so keep moving forward, keep doing what you're doing because there is somebody that needs what you have.
Oh, that's a blessing right there. Yeah. Hey, that's why they call it Jabrina Speaks. You see that? All right. So let's have a good night, and I
You too.
appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank
All
you.
right,
Thank
take
you.
care.
All right.
Hey, guys, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and catch us on the next episode. It was definitely a powerful night tonight, and I hope the ladies that caught this Tips for Worship podcast tonight, I hope it helped you. And if it did, go follow Jabrina Speaks on Instagram, Facebook, and again, hey, like our Tips for Worship page for more videos like this. Peace out.